What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It is Saturday over here. It is my third and probably the final post today. On this post, I'm going to be talking about ApeCoin. That will be the main topic for this post. But we are going to be talking about Bitcoin and some crypto updates as well, because we can't escape Bitcoin. It is the main driver of this market, and it's very close to a very critical level here for Bitcoin. If it starts breaking that 24.7K area, that is going to be confirming that double top breakout on that weekly time frame, which looks very bearish with a very deep bearish target there. Okay, so we're gonna get into that into the charts later and how that affects ApeCoin, crypto, and a lot of the altcoins. ApeCoin currently, I'm going to be talking about the upside and downside price targets, as well as some key price levels this coin needs to break in order to get to either of those targets. Now, I will be also giving you guys my personal opinion and sentiment on this on this market. And of course, none of what I'm saying here is financial advice. It is solely my opinions. Do your own due diligence and research before trading or investing, right? I am not an elite trader or financial advisor of any sort, even though I am a profitable trader who's been able to keep most of my profits during the last bear markets, and I am looking to crush it here for the next bull cycle. So if you guys feel the same way, do hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and let's get right into the charts here. So currently we do have ApeCoin, Ape USDT on this Binance chart, currently at about $1.38, right? And as we can see here on this weekly time frame, it's been forming this falling wedge pattern since about August of last year. Okay, so it's been running within this downtrend for over a year. Right, falling wedges are usually bullish patterns. Okay, they usually break to the upside, but while you're in the falling wedge, it's not going to be fun if you're long. Okay, so basically, it looks like it is at the bottom trend line here. Very critical for Ape here. Is it going to break this bottom trend line? If it actually breaks this bottom trend line, however, we could still rechart this. And it still would look like a falling wedge pattern form, which is basically, having a relatively flatter bottom trend line, comparing to the top trend line, telling me that the sell pressure is still slowing, but it could still break down, right? Because even though it usually breaks to the upside, it is not certain. Okay, nothing in this market is certain, right? So it usually breaks to the upside, but it can also break down as well, with a smaller probability, but definitely got to take that into consideration. And in my opinion, it really is going to be dependent on Bitcoin. And like I said, Bitcoin really just hanging on by a thread here, right? Let's take a look into some upside price targets for Ape here, right? Which is basically the opening of the pattern. And then you put it on top of an example breakout point, right? Because we don't have a breakout here, so we can't take an actual measurement, but we could take a hypothetical measurement, an example measurement, right? Because we just want to get an estimate of what the measured target is. If we actually break out by next week, if, okay, that is a very big if. It's probably not going to happen, but I'm just doing this for the sake of getting a measured target, which would put this price action at about $10 measured target, measure move. Probably most likely not going to happen. I am just doing this to get a sample measure target. Obviously, if this pattern breaks out later, if it holds and breaks out later, then we get a lower measure target, because you basically have to move this measurement down the upper trend line. right? So that is basically what I'm seeing as a measure target. Now, do your own research on what measure targets, measure moves mean. Don't just take my word for it. Chart this on your own, verify, because the main point of this is for you to actually learn how to look at the charts and get confident with doing this on your own, right? I think that's the key takeaway. So do that. Now, let's take a look into some key price levels where the price action could get resistance, where sellers are likely to come in, right? We do have the weekly 21 and the weekly 50 within this pattern. So it's gonna be between now and the top trend line if it's trying to break out. Weekly 21 is at about $2.70 area, but it's going to come down on a weekly basis. Weekly 50 is at about that $3.80 area. Let's take a look into the 3-day time frame. We have the 3-day 21 SMA currently coming down pretty quickly, $1.85 area. 3-day 50 SMA at about that $2.60, $2.70 area. Okay, the gray line here. We don't have a 200 SMA here for the 3-day time frame. Just not enough data. The daily moving averages are basically all within this pattern. So if it breaks out of this pattern, then it could probably it's probably going to be flipping these resistances, these major moving averages into it's going to be flipping, right? It's going to be breaking them as going on top of them and flipping them as support. Of course, that also depends on the price action. But if it actually breaks out of this this pattern here, it will have to break out above these moving averages on the daily as well. Let's take a look into the monthly time frame. I don't think we even have a moving average on this monthly time frame. That's correct. So let's see some downside key price levels, which we are very close to, because as you guys can see on this weekly time frame here, on this March 2022, which looks like the inception of this coin. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this chart should have all the data on this coin. So I think since March 2022, and that was at about $1, okay, almost $1, and we're very close to it. We're at about $1.38. So I don't think I see any other key price levels between now and that that basically inception point at about $1. So that is some potential downside, right? That would be the next key price level to be looking at, because I don't see any other trading data or trading candles that could be referred to as possible supports. And I would imagine that other traders will feel the same way, when they look for supports. But there's no other candles here to refer back to as key supports. So I would say the next key level to be really looking at is at about that $1 level. Okay. We can also be, kind of extrapolate, some points on this bottom trend line here, which would basically put us, the next point, if it was to actually come down to this bottom trend line today, that would put us at about that $1.20 area. Okay, it's going to be like $1.22, 23, but I would say $1.20 area. So that is another way to estimate some key price levels going down by using this bottom trend line to extrapolate it. But other than that, it's basically that inception point at about that $1 area. So pretty steep way down there. Okay, some pretty crazy downside. But like I said, it's going to be dependent a lot on Bitcoin, right? There's all types of bullish divergence on this ApeCoin on the daily time frame. but it's really going to depend on Bitcoin. Like I said, this setup right here on Bitcoin is basically what I'm focusing on. This double top pattern. Can Bitcoin avoid this double top breakdown? Continue running within this rising channel pattern, and then actually finish this cup and handle pattern and break out. So a lot of ifs here, but having these scenarios drawn out will give me a much better idea of what's likely to happen in this market. Now if you guys made it this far into this video and you guys don't already have a Webull account, make sure to check out my referral link down below. They are still giving away 6 to 12 free stocks valued up to $3,000 for each stock, depending on your luck, of course. But even if you guys are not that lucky and still draw some free stocks, 6 to 12 free stocks on a lower range, it's still free stuff if you guys are going to trade anyways. I enjoyed using Webull as an exchange for both beginners because as a beginner's exchange for both stocks and cryptos. And I think it's even though I would not put most or all my money into one particular exchange because, in case one does go down, you don't want to get wrecked. So I personally spread my money around several exchanges. So having another exchange to spread my money around on is good. That's just what I do personally. And I think it's wise. So that is what I'm doing, and that's what I'm looking at here. My personal opinion on this market is still bullish. Unless we actually get a confirmed breakdown of that double top pattern on Bitcoin, right? There are some altcoins that I am holding long right now in long positions, but there are also some altcoins I am looking to short as soon as I get a good setup here, right? I don't have ApeCoin, but if you guys want to continue seeing ApeCoin, do drop a like, subscribe, comment, and I will do another follow-up update if enough of you guys want to see it. And that wraps up my post for today. Hope you guys have a great rest of the day and great weekend.